Hello and welcome. This morning we are going to do an upper body workout and do a little SMR for the bicep and elbow pain. The training here on our YouTube channel is for you to adjust the way that you move all day long in order to make better body movement throughout your day. So what that does is it helps to balance your body naturally and keep your muscles in alignment, so that way it helps your structure or your skeleton stay in alignment as well. So we will go through this progress of trying to do some self-myofascial release or self-massage to loosen up tight muscles, and then we will go into the process of learning how to activate our muscles the right way and create strength to strengthen those weak muscles. So then we start to achieve that whole balance complex. So I appreciate you guys being here. If you would like, please subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, then you're going to get notifications each time that we do go live or post a new video, and that's every Monday through Friday. And I hope the goal is that you would just attend this training and begin to see how better body movement applied throughout your day actually can change the long-term outcome of how you move. So we will go ahead and get set.
The bicep is named that because there are two different attachment points near the shoulder. The short head attaches to the coracoid process, which is a part of the shoulder blade, and the long head goes over the humerus through the biceps channel and connects in the socket. Pain will be present inside your arm if there's a problem with the short head. If there's a problem with the long head, typically the pain will run over the shoulder. We're going to locate the head of the biceps that attaches near the forearm. To do this, flex your arm with your fingers on the bicep near the elbow and find the tendon at the base of the muscle belly. Simply pinch the muscle belly and extend the arm. If you feel like you're not getting enough pressure with your fingertips, use a lacrosse ball. Try one of two positions, either holding with your fingers or pressed with the palm into the bicep. I find I get better pressure when I use my palm. Remember to squeeze and extend. Another muscle that could create bicep pain is actually in your forearm. This is the brachioradialis, which passes from the humerus towards the wrist. To begin working the brachioradialis, reach under the elbow across to the forearm and pinch down as hard as you can tolerate. Now rotate the wrist, and the muscle should feel like it grinds underneath the fingertips. Do 7 to 10 repetitions, then locate a new point and continue to grind over that muscle. You should feel the fingers drop off the muscle. When you finish, put the fingers on top of the arm, pinch down, and create extension while rotating the wrist. Again, bend the elbow, then extend while you rotate the wrist. Notice my hand goes palm to chest, then palm to floor while I'm extending my elbow. Perform 7 to 10 repetitions, and then move on to the next tender spot and repeat. When you have finished the pin and stretch, move on to cross-fiber friction. Place the arm you are working across your knees, then grind the opposite forearm across the muscle tissue near the bicep head. This should be an abrasive force, moving through the muscle tissue quickly. Continue to press through that muscle tissue until you feel like you've broken down the entire thing. The bicep is named that because there are two different attachment points near the shoulder. The short head attaches to the coracoid process, which is a part of the shoulder blade, and the long head goes over the humerus through the biceps channel and connects in the socket. Pain will be present inside your arm if there's a problem with the short head. If there's a problem with the long head, typically the pain will run over the shoulder. We're going to locate the head of the biceps that attaches near the forearm. To do this, flex your arm with your fingers on the bicep near the elbow and find the tendon at the base of the muscle belly. Simply pinch the muscle belly and extend the arm. If you feel like you're not getting enough pressure with your fingertips, use a lacrosse ball. Try one of two positions, either holding with your fingers or pressed with the palm into the bicep. I find I get better pressure when I use my palm. Remember to squeeze and extend. Another muscle that can create bicep pain is actually in your forearm. This is the brachioradialis, which passes from the humerus towards the wrist. To begin working the brachioradialis, reach under the elbow, across to the forearm, and pinch down as hard as you can tolerate. Now rotate the wrist, and the muscle should feel like it grinds underneath the fingertips. Do 7 to 10 repetitions, then locate a new point and continue to grind over that muscle. You should feel the fingers drop off the muscle. When you finish, put the fingers on top of the arm, pinch down, and create extension while rotating the wrist. Again, bend the elbow, then extend while you rotate the wrist. Notice my hand goes palm to chest, then palm to floor while I'm extending my elbow. Perform 7 to 10 repetitions, and then move on to the next tender spot and repeat. When you have finished the pin and stretch, move on to cross-fiber friction. Place the arm you are working across your knees, then grind the opposite forearm across the muscle tissue near the bicep head. This should be an abrasive force, moving through the muscle tissue quickly. Continue to press through that muscle tissue until you feel like you've broken down the entire thing. The bicep is named that because there are two different attachment points near the shoulder. The short head attaches to the coracoid process, which is a part of the shoulder blade, and the long head goes over the humerus through the biceps channel and connects in the socket. Pain will be present inside your arm if there's a problem with the short head. If there's a problem with the long head, typically the pain will run over the shoulder. We're going to locate the head of the biceps that attaches near the forearm. To do this, flex your arm with your fingers on the bicep near the elbow and find the tendon at the base of the muscle belly. Simply pinch the muscle belly and extend the arm. If you feel like you're not getting enough pressure with your fingertips, use a lacrosse ball. Try one of two positions, either holding with your fingers or pressed with the palm into the bicep. I find I get better pressure when I use my palm. Remember to squeeze and extend. Another muscle that can create bicep pain is actually in your forearm. This is the brachioradialis, which passes from the humerus towards the wrist. To begin working the brachioradialis, reach under the elbow, across to the forearm, and pinch down as hard as you can tolerate. Now rotate the wrist, and the muscle should feel like it grinds underneath the fingertips. Do 7 to 10 repetitions, then locate a new point and continue to grind over that muscle. You should feel the fingers drop off the muscle. When you finish, put the fingers on top of the arm, pinch down, and create extension while rotating the wrist. Again, bend the elbow, then extend while you rotate the wrist. Notice my hand goes palm to chest, then palm to floor while I'm extending my elbow. Perform 7 to 10 repetitions, and then move on to the next tender spot and repeat. When you have finished the pin and stretch, move on to cross-fiber friction. Place the arm you are working across your knees, then grind the opposite forearm across the muscle tissue near the bicep head. This should be an abrasive force, moving through the muscle tissue quickly. Continue to press through that muscle tissue until you feel like you've broken down the entire thing.
All right. Well, I'm back, obviously. So yesterday we just had a snafu. So Ashley, I think, contracted the vid. So she was down and out pretty much as soon as we got home Saturday. She wasn't feeling well. Sunday, she woke up and she's like, I can't move. And then yesterday she was kind of, she started moving a little bit later in the day, but she was not feeling well. So I had to run Micah to his doctor's appointments and get him checked in. We had to do a blood draw on Monday, check his INR, so we're going to be doing that weekly. So thank you, by the way, for all of your prayers. His healing process has been absolutely incredible. Hands down, doctors just were baffled by his progress. So I was just telling Lois, when he went to the ICU, he had 9 lines of IVs dripping different medications through his neck. So they had a port with like 3 branches off and then 3 branches off each one of those, and all these medications were just flowing right through his neck. And he had that in for a total of 6 days. They took that out the day we left the hospital, but that's where they had to do all their blood draws, everything like that. Arterial lines in both his wrists. I mean, the absolute worst part, and anybody who's been through a heart surgery knows this, is walking in the very first time in the ICU and you look at him and there's ports coming out of the chest, ports in the neck, a breathing tube down the throat. Like, you're just looking at him like, poor kid. And then as soon as he woke up, it was just this panic of what's down my throat. And so, when he woke up, he started flailing and moving a bunch and punched me in the face, which I was happy for that, because I was like, at least it's not the nurses. I know they get paid to take that, but I would much rather get punched by Micah than somebody else. So, he has healed very, very well. He's only got the 3 ports from the chest tubes that were inside his lungs. Those are still healing up. And then he's got just 1 right at the top of the scar, the incision, that's healing up. So he's doing really, really fantastic. He hasn't had Tylenol since the night before last night. So it's been probably 36 hours. And I keep asking him, do you have pain? Is anything itchy? Nope, fine. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible how he heals and gets through it. So we are so thankful for everyone's prayers. And on that note, continuing to pray for the people on our list. So I know Lori and her mom, who are doing dialysis 3 times a week. Ethan and his liver cancer. My friend's wife, who was diagnosed with breast cancer. They are trying to treat that non-medically, trying to do more of the alternative or natural approach to treatment there. So just praying for healing on that. Sky, with her transplant being scheduled and everything kind of progressing towards that. I haven't looked recently. I know that was about a week ago they put that on, so I'm curious if they're still on track for that. I'll post an update as soon as I get that. Erin, did we get an update?
Yes. Her surgery is on Monday, the 31st.
Okay. Surgery on Monday the 31st. She said January.
Yeah.
She was hoping for January. Got the last day of January.
And her appointment after that is on the 15th. So I will be gone until after the 15th.
Okay.
I'll be done.
Helping her out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So praying for Lois too. She'll be traveling down to take care of Erin for that couple of weeks, and I already know you guys have been having a tough time there anyway. So prayers for you as you go down and kind of take that on. And then also praying for Peggy, who has breast cancer as well. And just a lot of things that are there that we want to make sure that we're praying for people on. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into our workout. So it's an upper body day, so go ahead and get set up for that. These are the tools that you would need if you're working with any one of these tools. Make sure that you get those. Okay.
Ready.
Now let's go ahead and get started with those small arm circles. We're going to get the shoulders nice and warmed up, and then we'll just work through different areas of the body. Good morning, Carol. Great to see you. How's your headband holding up? I was curious about that the other day. Yeah, we got the other 2 shipped as well. So, Gail, you'll be getting yours on Thursday, I think. They said it was coming up due to be to you. Clara, good morning to you as well. Glad you guys are here. Remember, as we get going here, especially if you have any questions, try to get those in round 1 and 2 in case I have to explain something or demonstrate a movement. I like to be able to do that so you have time to apply that during the workout, okay? So if you've got anything for me, awesome. If not, cool. Just get your workout in and we'll keep going from there. Okay, good internal and external rotations. Make sure as you do this, we're actually rolling those shoulders forward and then you're pinching the shoulders back, right? So it's all in those shoulders, not necessarily the elbows, okay? We want those shoulders to go through that pinch and pull motion. Okay, into the march, get those feet moving, start warming up. And I tell you what, Lauren has been an all-star. Yesterday she sat down with Micah and she made a Valentine's box for him because he's going to be home, like he won't be at school. So she drew a bunch of stuff and we're cutting things out of magazines and made this box with him. And I mean, she spent probably she had 3 hours alone with him because Ashley was upstairs kind of quarantining. And I mean, she just did awesome. It was really fantastic. So proud of her and stepping up the way that she did, but at the same time she had a full week without even being next to him, so she was due for some Micah time. Very good. Nice leg swings. Remember, just that joint in the socket, we're just trying to get a nice loose opening up of that joint. The whole idea of motion is lotion. Just get it moving. Good synovial happiness. Very good. Into the hip flexor stretch. Remember, back leg straight, so really lock the knee and then tuck your hips. It's not a lean backwards, but it's a tuck your hips, so you're kind of tucking your tail underneath, right, between your legs. That's going to help open up that hip, and that's all we need. Give a little step up, switch legs. A little step up, switch legs. Just making sure we're getting some active movement through those hips. And we continue through this until we start our workout. Marsha.
3, 2, 1. Get ready to roll. 3, 2, 1. Roll.
Pull first, yep. Good for you, Lois.
That's
All right,
halfway.
ladies, remember, pull the shoulders more than the elbows, right? So I want your shoulders behind your ears. They shouldn't be in front of your ears, right? I want your shoulders back behind your ears. Down, down, down. And squeeze those elbows
3,
tight to the
2,
ribs.
1. Transition to chest press.
Because again, more than we care about the full movement, right, the range of motion, well, that will come with time. I want to be focused on
3,
what are the shoulder
2,
blades doing,
1.
right? So if the shoulder
Chest
blades,
press.
if they don't stay pinched down and back, there's no sense in going through that whole range of motion because I want the stability first before we increase how much we're pushing or pulling. Okay, so keep that in mind as we go through this. Again, butt, belly, bra stretch.
That's halfway.
Squeeze all three nice and tight because we want a firm base as we create our movements. Any push or pull we do through the day, we want to think, set our base, get the core and glutes on, because that's going to help us transfer our force.
3, 2, 1. Transition to biceps curl.
Good. Bicep curls. So remember, as we do the bicep curls, again, shoulders should stay down and out of the ears.
3, 2, 1. Biceps curl.
Very good. Nice tight squeeze. And if you are pushing against yourself, remember this is an active motion. So you want to think like a walnut's between your hands. You want to crack
That's
that walnut,
halfway.
turn it into powder, grind it down. Okay, push, 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 push. And again, we're not changing our shoulder position to try to create a push. We want to stay tall and tight and then just create a squeeze up and down. And if I create
3,
movement, that's fine.
2,
just continue to
1.
press together.
Transition to triceps overhead press.
Okay, so for those of you using just your hands, rotate over, other hand on top. If you've got bands, fantastic. Remember, shoulders out of the ears.
3,
if you are up
2,
overhead.
1. Triceps overhead.
Good core compression. Get your glutes on nice and tight. Firm squeeze.
That's halfway.
Good, good, good. Again, stay tall and tight. Core compressed. Firm, firm, firm. Think that belly wax coming for you, right? You want to squeeze and
3,
hold that tight.
2, 1. Transition to fly.
Yep. So I believe he made it down to Texas. I didn't hear otherwise. So
3, 2, 1. Fly.
oh, yep. That's right.
That's halfway.
Very good, ladies. Again, as you squeeze those hands towards each other, you're not thinking hands, right? I'm thinking elbows. Try to squeeze your elbows, okay? So your chest is high, ribs up. Squeeze those elbows together.
3, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart.
Awesome. Okay, into the pull aparts. Again, stay tall and tight. If you go straight arms, perfect. Pull as much as you can. If you go elbows bent and you do external
3,
rotation,
2, 1. Pull apart.
pull those shoulder blades, right? That's your first motion. You want to think shoulder, 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 shoulders. Then press those elbows into the floor. Then you can create your external rotation. You don't want to be shoulders rolled forward trying to do this. Right? That's going to grind the tendon up on the top of your shoulder. You
That's
want to pull
halfway.
those shoulder blades down and back. Then create your external rotation. Puts everything in a better position. The joint moves more appropriately that way. Very good.
3, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl.
Hammer curls.
Three,
And glutes
2,
and core. Tight,
1.
tight.
Hammer
Keep yourself
curls.
nice and tall. So we're always thinking that string is kind of pulling us up nice and straight, locking this into position. Then create your movement. Glutes and core nice and tight. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze.
That's halfway.
Good, Lois. So we're, again, doing your best, whatever your best is. Okay, slow and controlled. You might go a little quicker if you want speed on
3,
it. It's whatever you
2,
need.
1. Transition to tricep press down.
Very good.
Three, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
Here we go. Right? If you're using a towel, make sure you're ripping that apart as hard as you can. Right? For any movement of the elbow, we want to straighten and lock that elbow, squeezing the back of the arm tight to the
That's
ribs.
halfway.
So you don't want to flare those elbows out to push. You want to actually pull those down into the ribs nice and tight. Okay? Very good. Again, do your absolute best all the way through.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
Okay, long rest. Go ahead and grab a drink of water. We've got about a minute before we take off. So remember, there will be a 15-second warning before we actually get started. So grab that drink and get moving. If you want to change or have different variables of speed in your workout, that's fine. Go ahead and change just whatever speed you want to, right? So we can go slow on the first part of the movement and then quick on the second part, or you can go quick on the first, slow on the second, and then we'll just change those during each portion of the routine, okay?
1. Get ready to row.
So usually I like to do like a quick, slow, then a slow, quick, then a quick, quick on the last round. So if you want to change your variables or your
3,
speeds
2,
during each exercise,
1.
that's how you
Row.
go. And you'll notice it really changes the movement, because if you're going to maintain tight shoulders, if we go slow, quick on a pull, I'm going to go slow back and release quick, but I don't want to release everything and fall, right? I still want to stay in that tall posture. Slow back, quick forward. Slow back,
That's halfway.
quick forward. All the while trying to maintain it. So that quick speed is going to really challenge how your body holds the stability in the scapula. That's what we want. We want that challenge. So that way, anytime you do need to move quick to either grab
3,
something or reach,
2,
your body
1.
moves instinctively.
Transition to chest press.
Oh, this is how I'm supposed to hold myself through different kinds of movement.
Three, 2, 1. Chest press.
Any recommendations for your knee surgery? Yes, Carol. I think you should get good at what it feels like to just do a straight leg squeeze.
That's
That's one
halfway.
of the first things that they're going to have you working on, is just getting your quadricep to fire. So if you take a week just to see what that really feels like, then you'll be set when you start physical therapy and they start having you squeeze that muscle, because it's going to not contract.
3,
It won't want
2,
to, because it's been stretched
1.
and pulled and
Transition to biceps curl.
cut. So that's my first recommendation, is just figure out what that's like. So just put your leg on a flat surface. I mean, even if it's a chair in front of you, and
3,
just squeeze
2,
your quad
1.
nice and hard.
Biceps curl.
Okay, get really, really good at doing that. So that way your brain already recognizes, okay, this is what I'm going to be shooting for. Okay, because then once you can get that tight, that's going to help you get to 0. So the straight is more important than the bend in the first couple of weeks.
That's halfway.
But there's a good chance they'll tell you you're not really doing a whole lot with it real early on, but some of the docs, depending on which one you get, they like to move you a little quicker. It just depends on which doctor is prescribing the physical therapy.
3, 2, 1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
So kind of like the VMOs, how we've been doing that on the edge of the chair. So if you do it on the edge of the chair with a straight leg, that works as well. Just let your leg be straight,
3,
and heel on the ground,
2,
and then just
1.
flex your quads.
Triceps overhead.
Nice and tight. Okay. Dr. Jones, yeah, I think he's one of the quicker ones. He likes seeing that progress fast.
That's halfway.
Woo! All right, Lois, you're gonna have to move more. Doors open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would work.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to fly. 3, 2, 1, fly.
Well, I wouldn't blame it on you necessarily.
That's halfway. Three, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart.
All right, into the pull aparts. Remember, as we do the pull aparts, same thing with the shoulders. We don't want to be in that rounded posture. Right? This is everything we're trying to avoid. So
3,
squeeze your bra
2,
strap first.
1. Pull apart.
Our shoulders out of your ears as low as they can go. Then create that external rotation. I see Tim was able to move some of his stuff out of here. So the satellite clinic must be getting close. I think February 1st they're supposed to be opening on wellness.
That's halfway.
So he's got another PT already hired. He'll be in tomorrow, I think. He's got a full schedule tomorrow. Good, ladies.
3,
Nice, tight squeeze.
2, 1. Transition to hammer curl.
Good.
3, 2, 1. Hammer curls.
Sorry. Hammer curls.
That's halfway.
Good, ladies. Remember, squeeze firm through your core. Keep your butt nice and tight. Think pinch the penny between the butt cheeks. Right.
3,
Really tight.
2, 1.
Awesome.
Transition to tricep press down.
Very good. Tricep press downs. Last one. Remember, make sure you stay nice and tall and straighten the elbows tight. Squeeze
3,
into the ribs.
2,
Nice and firm.
1. Tricep press down.
Okay. And good tricep press downs. Make sure the back of the arms are nice and tight.
That's halfway.
Very good, ladies. Firm, firm, firm.
Three, 2, 1. Rest.
Wonderful work. Nice long rest. Okay, so now if you want to adjust your intervals, remember you can switch from, if you were doing slow quick, you can go to quick slow or vice versa. So just trying to get each part of your movement under control. That would be fantastic.
That's halfway.
Also remember, if we want to challenge neurologically, slow your motion down. 4 seconds back, 2-second hold, 4-second return. So each repetition would take about 10 seconds. That means you might only get 4 repetitions in the whole time. If we want to work the brain to connect to
3,
muscle tissue,
2,
that's what we
1.
need to do. Slow it down.
Get ready to roll.
Okay? Because either one could be what you need. Right? It's just based on how your body is responding to movement. Right?
3, 2, 1. Roll.
Good rows. Very good.
That's halfway.
Good. Remember, squeeze those shoulder blades nice and tight. Get them down and back. Firm core compression. Squeeze tight.
3, 2, 1. Transition to chest press.
Very good.
3, 2, 1. Chest press.
Good chest press. Remember, stay nice and tall. Squeeze that core. Think you're getting a belly whack, right? Hit right to the stomach. That should create a firm compression to brace your lumbar
That's
spine.
halfway.
It's really what we want, is making sure you control that nice and firm. Shoulders set, shoulders. That is
3,
tough.
2, 1. Transition to biceps curl.
Morning, Bob. Morning. Here we go.
3, 2,
Set the shoulders,
1.
squeeze those legs
Biceps
tight.
curl.
Butt cheeks tight together. Squeeze the core. Firm. Okay, doing your best all the way through.
That's halfway.
Very good. That helps a little bit. Slows the air down for sure. Might still get there, but
3, 2, 1.
awesome.
Transition to triceps overhead press.
Triceps overhead.
Three, 2, 1. Triceps overhead.
Very good, ladies. Compress. Again, if you are overhead, make sure you try to keep those shoulders out of the ears. Okay?
That's halfway.
Shrugging up into the ears. Trying to straighten those arms. Shoulders down. Okay? Tight squeeze. Again, don't arch your back. We're not arching the back this way. We want to flatten that out. Compress.
3,
Squeeze the butt
2,
cheeks.
1. Transition to fly.
Ready for the flies. Same thing here as the pressure
3,
pulls you
2,
backwards.
1.
Right?
Fly.
Little squeeze should not make you arch your back. You want to be focused on when you squeeze the upper body, the core stays compressed and flat. And so if I'm using the wall, as I squeeze together, the whole body moves, right? Not just the back.
That's halfway.
That would be that. So press, tuck the butt underneath, squeezing that penny nice and tight. Because a lot of the force that we produce is just how tight can your base be.
3, 2, 1. Transition to pull apart.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1. Pull apart.
Good. Stay nice and tall.
That's halfway.
Catch that string pulling your spine up to the ceiling. Good posture and positioning, okay?
Three, 2, 1. Transition to hammer curl.
Very good.
Three, 2, 1. Hammer curls.
Tall and tight, core compressed, shoulders down and back. Squeeze, firm, firm, firm. It's that whole thought of taking a punch to the stomach. Right? Try to be firm, firm, firm.
That's halfway.
If nothing else, you guys won't be an easy target to mug. Ready?
3, 2,
I mean,
1.
no one I
Transition to tricep press down.
Ben mug.
3, 2, 1. Tricep press down.
Really?
Single person, flat on foot. So, for the paramedic, destroyed a lot.
Really?
That's halfway.
Sunday evening, like Casey's in Mason City got that.
Weird.
Thinking it's the same.
You can't roast it.
3, 2, 1. Rest.
That's the scary thing about winter. Yeah. All right, ladies, very good work. We have one more round left, and then we will be done for today. So go ahead and get a drink. Make sure you just kind of keep things loose as we get set. Remember, if you're just getting started and 3 seems like plenty, that's fine. Let your body
That's
recover and
halfway.
heal. Make sure you go back into some of the SMR work, or self-massage work for tight muscles. So that way we can ensure balance on both sides of the body.
Three, 2, 1. Get ready to row.
Getting ready for those rows. Again, up nice and tall, shoulder blades down and back. Press that core nice
3,
and tight.
2, 1. Row.
Well, that just depends, Carol. If you're just going to blame age, then no, that's not good enough.
That's halfway.
If your body has been worked thoroughly and you're saying, wow, my muscles are really fatigued, then yes, that is a good enough excuse. It's 4,945,000.
3, 2, 1. Transition to chest press.
All right, here we go, chest press. So again, if you challenge with push-ups, right, and you want to do
3,
knee push-ups,
2,
the same
1.
holds true,
Chest press.
right, compared to a countertop or against the wall, or if you have bands, all of it, right, your core is tight, glutes are tight, you're gonna hold firm your position, right? Squeeze nice and tight.
That's halfway.
Good, core compressed, tight, tight, tight. Again, do your absolute best. Absolute best.
3, 2, 1. Transition to biceps curl. Three,
Okay, here we
2,
go.
1. Biceps curl.
Remember, stay tall and tight, right? Shoulders down and back. Especially this last round, you should feel the fatigue. So if it feels easy, stretch your bands a little bit more, or squeeze a little bit harder, right? You're trying to really fatigue the muscle tissue, because through the
That's
fatigue,
halfway.
that muscle tissue will begin to grow, right? It's when your body is challenged, that muscle is challenged beyond what it can actually do, that we start seeing muscular growth, right? So that's what we want to get to the point of challenge, if you're able to. Right?
3, 2, 1. Transition to triceps overhead press.
Okay, here we go. Again, stay tall, tall, tall. Try to keep the shoulders out of the ears.
3, 2, 1. Triceps overhead.
Good, good, good. Core compressed, shoulders down and back.
That's
Squeeze
halfway.
tight. Remember, do your best through the workout. And you have to be very intentional about what you're thinking is best, right? What is your best?
3, 2, 1. Transition to fly.
Very good. Into the fly. So hands wide. Again, we're thinking that beach ball is in front
3,
of the chest.
2, 1. Fly.
And we want to drive those elbows into the beach ball. Okay? So if the beach ball's right here, we're going to drive those elbows into it, not just the hands. Right? So I'm not hugging a barrel. I want to actually squeeze the elbows into that. Like I'm squeezing the center
That's
of my
halfway.
sternum. Very good. Tall and tight. Core compressed. Glutes on. Glutes on. That's going to help you hold your base nice and tight. So we can put a focus on
3,
the pecs actually
2,
doing what they're supposed to do.
1. Transition to pull apart.
Here we go. Pull apart. Remember, if you're doing external rotation, set your shoulders first.
3, 2, 1. Pull apart.
Core nice and compressed. Squeeze firm. Good work, ladies. Doing your
That's halfway.
absolute best. Compress, compress, compress. Squeeze nice and tight. All the way through. Very good.
3, 2, 1.
Awesome.
Transition to hammer curl.
Very good. Hammer curls. 2 more, ladies. 2 more, and then we are all done. Remember, stay nice and
3,
tall. Shoulders
2,
down and back.
1. Hammer curls.
Press that core. Then create that hammer curl, right? Squeezing up. Doing your best all the way through.
That's halfway.
Awesome. Remember, good core compression. Squeeze tight, tight, tight.
Three, 2, 1. Transition to tricep press down.
Okay, tricep press down. Remember, stay tall, shoulder blades down
3,
and back.
2, 1.
Press the core.
Tricep press down.
Good, ladies. Tall and tight, tall and tight. We want to finish nice and strong. Straighten those
That's
elbows.
halfway.
Squeeze your arms into your ribs. Nice and tight. Right, we're really thinking shoulders out of the ears. Pull them down, down, down. Good. Pressing through. Try to rip that towel.
3,
Firm, firm, firm.
2, 1. Way to be rock star.
Awesome. Very, very good work, ladies. Super glad to be back. I am so happy that we were able to get this going, and everything is kind of worked out. Crazy thankful for Noah. Last week, I called him on Sunday when I realized there was just no way Ashley was going to be able to be at the hospital all 24 hours, and we needed basically an interpreter for the nurses because Mike is just very difficult to understand, if you don't know what he's saying. So that's when we just made the call. You know what? I need to just stay up there. So I took the overnights, and Sunday when we hit, I was just kind of exhausted and was overwhelmed at the thought of having to contact people and adjust my schedule and everything. So I just contacted Noah, and he took everything. I mean, he just kind of ran with it. So super thankful for him coming into this, and thankful you guys are able to come into class, and he kind of just ran with it. We had a snafu on Monday because I had my computer with me because I thought I was coming back. So he wasn't able to get that working. But it worked out awesome. Carol, I'll let him know you think he's a little cutie. I'm sure he doesn't get that at all in his life. So he needs a little more of it. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Glad we could be here. Remember, if you have any dedicates, any questions, feel free to contact me. I would love to help you out in any way possible. So we're going to jump back into the last SMR of the day. Make sure we go through these. If you have no issues whatsoever in your body right now, you feel really good, do today's SMR anyway. You might find that there's something that there is a problem. If you have an issue that is not today's SMR, feel free, jump back into the dashboard, get into one of those that you do need. Remember, you could spend easily 30 minutes in one of the videos, right? Pause it, work through the tissue, unpause it, watch another one. But for the sake of class, we just go through one of them, maybe get one technique that works well for you, do that technique till the muscle tissue relaxes and let's go, then you should be good to go, okay? Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, ladies, I'm here to help you move well. So
The bicep is named that because there are two different attachment points near the shoulder. The short head attaches to the coracoid process, which is a part of the shoulder blade, and the long head goes over the humerus through the biceps channel and connects in the socket. Pain will be present inside your arm if there's a problem with the short head. If there's a problem with the long head, typically the pain will run over the shoulder. We're going to locate the head of the biceps that attaches near the forearm. To do this, flex your arm with your fingers on the bicep near the elbow and find the tendon at the base of the muscle belly. Simply pinch the muscle belly and extend the arm. If you feel like you're not getting enough pressure with your fingertips, use a lacrosse ball. Try one of two positions, either holding with your fingers or pressed with the palm into the bicep. I find I get better pressure when I use my palm. Remember to squeeze and extend. Another muscle that could create bicep pain is actually in your forearm. This is the brachioradialis, which passes from the humerus towards the wrist. To begin working the brachioradialis, reach under the elbow across to the forearm and pinch down as hard as you can tolerate. Now rotate the wrist, and the muscle should feel like it grinds underneath the fingertips. Do 7 to 10 repetitions, then locate a new point and continue to grind over that muscle. You should feel the fingers drop off the muscle. When you finish, put the fingers on top of the arm, pinch down, and create extension while rotating the wrist. Again, bend the elbow, then extend while you rotate the wrist. Notice my hand goes palm to chest, then palm to floor while I'm extending my elbow. Perform 7 to 10 repetitions, and then move on to the next tender spot and repeat. When you have finished the pin and stretch, move on to cross fiber friction. Place the arm you are working across your knees, then grind the opposite forearm across the muscle tissue near the bicep head. This should be an abrasive force, moving through the muscle tissue quickly. Continue to press through that muscle tissue until you feel like you've broken down the entire thing.